Welcome, WolfTheWolfettes! We are back with the brilliant lawn mowing simulator on the PlayStation 5, and I hope you guys and girls are having an absolutely fantastic day. Now, me and Dave, we've had a bit of an argument off camera. Dave is absolutely livid that in the previous video I exposed him for doing illegal street racing in Tokyo. So at the moment, Dave is a little bit angry and he's feeling a little bit unruly. So we've got to be careful because when we are doing missions, Dave might desire to go absolutely ballistic and just drive over Gladys's tulips. So we've got to be very careful today because Dave is in a very bad mood. But what we're going to be doing today is, off camera, I quickly did a couple of contracts and I ended them early just to progress time a little bit. So we are now 1 day away from our headquarters upgrading. So we're going to jump into a contract, we're going to finish it properly, cut the grass and stuff, and then once we're finished with that, we should then have a fully upgraded headquarters with another lawn mowing bay. So then we're going to go over to the loans tab, we're going to get ourselves a loan for 10 grand, and we are then going to hire our first employee, buy a second lawnmower and buy a second strimmer, and then we should be in good shape to start bringing in the big bucks. Now obviously we're going to have to pay back the loan. I think we need to pay back a additional 3,500, but once you've got your first employee, especially when they start ranking up and stuff, you should make some good money, so you should be in good shape to pay back that loan very easy. But I think you can take out up to 3 loans, so you can take 3 loans out if you want. Maybe take out a loan to pay back the other loan. Man, some people do that crap in real life. They'll get a credit card and then they'll use that credit card to pay off the previous credit card, where they're like getting close to the bit where the people are going to come around your house and repossess your stuff. So they get another credit card just to pay off that credit card, and then they end up in some like weird situation where they just end up in some weird kind of debt. But sometimes it does actually work. They just keep taking out a new bloody credit card to pay off the previous one. Don't do that, it's not good. Okay, let's have a look what we've got. Hang on a minute. Is that... Oh, it's Old Nook Cottage again. Oh, we could do the back garden again. Hopefully not in the rain this time. I think this one is a very quick one. Yeah, this one I think is relatively fast, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 21 minutes cut time. So I think you've got that main area there for the back garden, and I think you also need to cut the front garden as well. We'll get this one done. This is a relatively quick one. Okay, I think when we get a new strimmer, we're going to get the big boy, the £1,000 one for me, and then we will let our employer use this piece of crap. Okay, right, well, I think there is flowers in this level, so we better be careful, because like I said, Dave is not in a good mood at the moment. He's not in a good mood. Is it raining? Oh, come on! I mean, it's raining in England at the moment. There's a fucking thunderstorm last night, actually. It literally, the whole day was like pure sun, blue skies. And it got to the evening and then the clouds just absolutely went mental. Lightning flashing through my window like somebody was taking pictures of me in my sleep. Oh, it was a flipping nightmare. Thankfully I had my fan on because it was a hot night. So it blocked out a lot of the sound of the thunder. But yeah, the flashes kept on disturbing me. 5 things to pick up. This is a tiny garden. Where the hell am I going to find 5 things? There must be a lot out here then. I actually think there is 3 things here. Jesus, all the mess was on this bit right here. But if you want to make yourself some quick cheeky money, what I've noticed is whilst I was ending the missions early off camera, I cleaned up the garden and I ended the mission because I didn't know if I needed to do something and then end the mission for it to can. And I was still getting paid. I was getting like 30 quid. So I was making myself a cheeky 30 quid just for spending 2 minutes cleaning up someone's garden. So it was pretty damn good, actually. Alright, well, we better refuel this bad boy. That's going to be -2 when we end the mission. But that's all good. Yeah, this one goes down the ramp very beautifully. Alright, what was the cutting? 5.5 and 6.5. Alright, that should do. Alright, looks like we're going to have to go relatively slow on this bit. Now, Dave, I know you're in a bad mood, mate. I know you're not happy with me telling everybody about your summer antics, but Please don't drive over the flowers. The people in this house are looking very rich. They've got the money to hire a hitman, and I don't want to have Agent 47 chasing me around the streets trying to kill me in a chicken suit, okay? I can't be asked to deal with that, mate. Man, I really think we should do a Hitman playthrough on this channel. I didn't platinum it because for some reason IO Interactive found it hilarious to make you do a ton of work in Hitman 1 and not give you a platinum for it. Mind you, Hitman 1, well, the new Hitman 1 I should say, because there was a Hitman 1 back on the PS2, but you know, people like re-releasing these bloody trilogies as brand new games and pretending like the other ones didn't exist for some reason. But in Hitman 1 it released as episodes, didn't it, originally? And I didn't play any of those because I ain't dealing with episodes. It annoyed the hell out of me with Telltale Games. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to buy it. And then eventually they released it as like a complete game. But that was an amazing one, and 100%ed it as well. And I think I've got Hitman 2 possibly, but I didn't start it yet. So yeah, I suppose we could just go straight into Hitman 3, couldn't we? I think that would be alright, because I think Hitman 3 it included all of the stuff from Hitman 1 and 2, didn't it? Or if you had the games, it added them to that game or something. I can't remember how it works, but I know there was something cool about it. I think it'd be good if we did a Hitman playthrough at some point. I think I've said this multiple times on this channel, but I'm not good at it. The only Hitman game that I was good at was Hitman Blood Money on PS2, because I played it so much that I basically knew every single way that you could eliminate all of the targets. Especially in the level, I think it was like a party level, where I think you could dress up as a clan maybe, and you could poison the cupcakes or the cake or something like that. But that level I was very good at. I knew all the different ways of finishing that level. It was great. And there's even more ways of killing your targets in the newer Hitmans. There are even more creative ways of just eliminating people. It's good, it's great. Speaking of PS2 actually, recently, well, by the time you see this video, Sony would have already have released this service in Asia and possibly in Japan as well. And they might have also released a full list as well. But recently Sony released a big list of games that are going to be included in their new PlayStation Plus service. If you didn't know about that, there's going to be 3 new tiers. You're going to have PlayStation Plus Essential, which is the same as the normal PlayStation Plus service, with online multiplayer, the monthly 2 games, stuff like that. Then there's going to be, and the cloud saves, and then there's going to be PlayStation Plus Extra, I think, which is a very dodgy name. Sounds like something you'd say in like the 90s or 80s. But PlayStation Extra is the same as Essential, but you get access to a bunch of great PS4 games and PS5 games. I mean, some of the games that are going to be on the service are ridiculous. Demon's Souls Remake, absolute banger right there. Returnal, a very underrated banger right there. What else we got? Spider-Man Miles Morales. I think a lot of people have already played that at this point, but that's a massive game. It's Spider-Man, for fuck's sake. So that's going to be on there. What else? Assassin's Creed Valhalla is going to be on there. So yeah, that's looking like a pretty damn good upgrade. And then you've got a 3rd tier, which I think is called PlayStation Plus Premium, and that one includes PSP, PS3, PS1 and PS2 games. Now some of the games that are included in that service are amazing. Basically all of the Ratchet and Clank games are in there, I think. Like Nexus, Tools of Destruction, Quest for Booty, A Crack in Time. A Crack in Time is probably the best Ratchet and Clank game, I think, of all time. I love that one. But yeah, you've got those on there for the PS3. Some of the PS1 games are great. You've got ikrEK, which is, for me, very good, because I rented ikrEK when I was a kid on the PS1, but I could never play it because I had the original PlayStation controllers with no analog sticks. And if I remember correctly, in ikrEK, you needed to use the new DualSense 1, DualShock 1 I should say, to push in the analog stick to use the net. And because I had a controller with no analog stick, I couldn't fucking finish it. So I had to send it back to the video shop. I was very disappointed. I think they might have let me rent another game. Like I think they said, "Alright, get another game instead." I don't think they took my money and was like, "Oh dear, that sucks to be you." I think I did manage to rent something else, but yeah, it sucked. So I never actually got to play that. So that'll be one we can do. Maybe on YouTube as well. I know you play as the spiky haired guy, Spike. I think he's got the same hairstyle as me, basically. But yeah, you had that on there. What else is on there? I think, what's it called? Because it took me years to find the name of this bloody game. But a game that I played a little bit when I was a kid, but I used to watch my mum play it. What was it called? It's like Intellect or Intelligent Cube or something like that. It's made by Japan Studio. And it's basically a game where you have to dodge these massive giant blocks that are slowly rolling towards you. It's like a puzzle game, really, like a platforming puzzle game. It was flipping difficult on the later levels. I think we only ever played the demo, so God knows how hard that game gets. That's another good one. I think I might have already have mentioned this, but Worms World Party is on there. That game was my favourite Worms game of all time. I liked it even more than Armageddon. Bloody facing off against the royal family in the campaign mode. It was hilarious. Literally fighting the Queen, Philip, Charles, stuff like that, and then as you progress through the game and it gets harder, more worms get added to the campaign to make it more challenging for you. You had to fight like Harry and William and just stuff like that. It was flipping flawless, that game. I loved it. A great variety of weapons. I think the only Worms game that probably tops it for me is Worms for Mayhem, and that's just because the 3D was a great addition to Worms. I wish they would make another proper 3D one. It was sublime, the 3D one. I think that was on the PS2, and I think it released again on the PS3 with online multiplayer and stuff and trophies, if I remember correctly. I've still got my save file on the PS3, maybe I should go on there. I think my team was called the Brits or something, and I had a character named British Wolf, which is my actual nickname. Then another one called BwolfTheWolf, which is obviously what I used on YouTube. What else did we have? I think we had a few others as well. Maybe BwolfThe. Oh no, it was all wolf-related names, basically variations of my nickname. And we were called the Brits, and we were wearing army hats with monocles and moustaches. Ah yes, I had a cool little team. And that had a very good story mode as well. And I should do that. The problem is I have to set up my PS3 to play any of these games, and then I've got to set up all of my HDCP removing equipment, because you can't turn off the HDCP on the PS3, so you need to have the equipment that can override it basically. So that's more setting up to do, so there's wires all over my room and that aggravates me. And then on top of that, you also I also need to bring in my old laptop, which I gave to my sister. So I need to rob my sister of a laptop for like 2 hours so I can record, because if I add the capture card to my new PC, it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why. And it also doesn't work with the 4K capture utility. So yeah, it's very tedious, but if it was a lot easier like it used to be, there's a few games I want to play. Hogs of War, all the old Ratchet and Clanks, Sly Cooper 2 and 3, I still need to do both of them actually. And there are still rumours of a new Sly Cooper, so I'm going to need to do them at some point. Maybe I wonder if they're going to be on the service. Actually, they might be. We might be able to do Sly Cooper 2 on the PS5. Yeah, that'd be pretty damn good actually. Wonder if it'll be the PS2 version or the HD remaster. Hopefully the HD remaster. Oh, and you've also got Sly Cooper 4, ain't ya? Yeah, there's already a Sly Cooper 4. I forgot about that. The one that was made by Sanzura Games. What are you doing, Dave? Dave, relax. Fucking hell, mate. You're not in Tokyo anymore, mate. Stop it. How long have we been cutting for? I think it was 21 minutes for this mission, wasn't it? But yeah, that's basically what's going to be going on with this new... oh, and also, if you're with PlayStation Plus Premium, you get video game trials as well, which is pretty good. You get to play a game for 3 hours, see if you like it or not. Because watching it on YouTube and playing it is completely different. Because you can watch someone play a game on YouTube and it looks amazing, and then you play it yourself and you're like, yeah, this is arse. So it's still very useful. 3 hours of playing a game is a very good trial. I know Horizon Forbidden West is one of those games, and I'm sure there'll be many others. So that's a good feature as well. I did see a lot of people getting very angry, like, oh my god, Sony, why are you putting it behind a paywall? Anybody should be able to do these game trials. But I don't think these people were alive in the 90s. You had to buy a fucking demo in the 90s. You had to spend like $4.99 on a magazine to get the magazine, and then get a demo disc where you could try out some of your possibly favourite games. So you've always had to pay for demos, really. There's been occasional demos that are free, or betas, which are basically demos. But yeah, you've always had to pay for them. So I don't know what people are whining about. There must be like a new generation of gamers. Obviously, yeah, it would be lovely if it would be free, but you know, they don't want to give out a free demo. If they charge you for the demo, or they're getting at least some sort of money, if you decide you hate the game and you're not going to buy it, at least they got a bit of money out of you. Yeah, that's probably why they do it. I'm not going to cut too much of this grass with this lawnmower, because with the mood that Dave is in at the moment, and how he keeps on having these sudden bursts of speed, and he's being very unruly today, I don't want to end up bumping into the wall, because I don't think we've collided with anything yet. And I think I did get off the ramp without bumping, because this lawnmower is fine. It's only the first one that does it. I think it's all of the ones with that seem to have hoppers on the back. It seems to be those ones that do it. I think I did get a response from Skyhook Games on Twitter, actually. I think they watched my video, which I appreciate. If you see this video, Skyhook Games, I've probably already replied to your comment on YouTube, but just in case on Twitter, but just in case I forgot, because I always forget. I appreciate you watching the video. It's always nice when these indie developers actually take notice of the smaller guys like me. I do appreciate it, because when I get responses and I see that they're retweeting and they're watching the video, you know, it makes me more inclined to want to play more of their games on my channel, and also, you know, give them a shout out and stuff like that, or even just share their games even if I'm not going to play them on my channel, because I like to, you know, help them out, because they're helping me out by commenting and stuff on the playthrough, because people see those comments and they're like, oh, we'll check out the video, and then it helps me. So it's a win-win. But only the indie developers do that. You think the big AAA guys like Naughty Dog are going to bother watching my videos or replying to me? Of course not. They flipping wet themselves when people like Jacksepticeye or Radbrad play their games. But when BwolfTheWolf plays it, they don't give a toss. They probably don't even see me. They don't give a shit about people like me. Well, we're not big enough. But the indie guys, because they're small, they appreciate it. They appreciate it. They do. Because they're in the same boat as me. Well, actually, no. That's probably a diss. Skyhook Games are a lot more successful than my YouTube channel. That's for sure. My YouTube channel is it's a place of pain and a lot of depression. All right, I think that'll do now. So let's turn off the blades. So good not having to empty this bad boy. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. I pressed square instead of circle. It's because I haven't played this game for a few days. I've been practicing Saifu. Oh man, I bet Dave did that on purpose. I don't think I did that. I think I probably did press circle, but then Dave was like, let's put on the blades and break his blades so he has to spend money fixing the machine. Oh, fuck you, Dave. That was you, wasn't it? I bet Dave did that. I told you he was feeling very unruly today. Oh, you dickhead. Look, you know what, Dave? I am technically your boss, mate. I can fire you. It's not very hard. All I have to do is go onto the edit character, change your name, change your appearance, and then technically you no longer work here anymore, Dave. So fuck you. Stop it. If you carry on, I'll report you to the police. I might have told all of my fans out there, all of my supporters, I should say, all of my family, I should say. I might have told them about your antics, but I don't think they're going to grass you up to the police. So you're all good, Dave. But you start doing this unruly shit, then we will be reporting you to the police. So behave. Oh, Dave, right, me and you are going to have a punch up in a minute. This could have been our first clean victory. I don't know if that's, I don't know if him turning on the blades has done anything. And also I didn't actually move, so maybe we're alright. I guess we'll find out. I don't know what that would count as. I think that's just damage to my blades. I don't think we'll get any fines for that. Unless it counts as like a weird collision or something. My blades colliding with the floor, who knows. Maybe it'll count as a collision, hopefully not. I think it'll just be me having to repair the blades. So we should be alright. We should still be in a position to ace this level. Unless Dave decides to do something very stupid. I need to remember that there's a flower bed in the middle. Because there's going to be a bunch of grass around that we need to cut. Oh, Dave, you tosser! You fucking... That's it. Nah, Dave, I'm going to fire your ass. You did that on purpose. I swear I let go of the R2 and he kept doing it. Nah, I told you Dave was feeling unruly today. Little prick. I swear to God. Never again am I bringing you on a job. Whoever the new employee is, I'm going to make them the boss. You're going to be demoted, you dick. That's the least that I can do at the moment. You're lucky I don't fire you. Yeah, we're going to demote Dave. Dave's no longer the boss. Well, he was never the boss to begin with. I was the boss. But he was my basically my second in command. You know, if I had died at any point, he would have inherited this company. Not anymore, mate. Nah, not anymore, Dave. He broke the blades on me bloody lawnmower. Murdered a flower. That's going to cost me a whole £1, you know. £1, that's a lot of money. You get a lot with £1, you know. You can get yourself a loaf of bread. Get yourself some penny sweets. It's a lot you can do with a quid. Put it in one of those charity boxes. I always feel like I have to put like £1 at least in those, you know, those little charity boxes that you see in the shops. Or sometimes I think they even used to have them at McDonald's. I don't think McDonald's have them anymore, do they? Those like little things on the side. I think it goes towards the McDonald Foundation where they like build houses and stuff, doesn't it? The Ronald McDonald Foundation or something. I don't think they have those boxes in McDonald's anymore. Mind you, I ain't been in one for a while. I've not been inside a McDonald's since before the pandemic, so they probably are still in there. I'm just forgetting. I think people go into McDonald's a lot less now just because you can order it on well, all the food apps. It used to be Uber Eats exclusive, but not anymore. It's on Just Eat as well now. And I think Deliveroo as well, maybe. Never a fan of ordering with these apps though. I say they need to have some sort of like requirement on these like Uber Eats and Just Eat apps. Like if you're a driver, you must know how to speak English. Obviously, depending on where you live in the UK, it won't be a problem for you. But me being basically in London, there's a lot of foreign people that do these jobs because you can just basically sign up for it. But the problem is they can't speak English. They can't speak English, so they ring me up because I don't know why, but they can't find my house. I think because my house is like sideways facing and every other house down my street faces forward, it kind of confuses them. And then my address sometimes has got the same address as the school. So then sometimes they go to the school, I see them out my window in the school drive. It literally says on the when you try and order from Uber Eats and stuff and Just Eat, we do not deliver to schools, yet they take my food to the school. Like they're actually intending to deliver it to the school. But they can't speak English and they ring me up. What am I supposed to do? I can't speak your language and you can't speak my language. So I'm telling you to look for a specific car in the drive. I'm telling you that I'm the house next to the school. I'm telling them all sorts of stuff and they've got no idea what I'm saying. So there needs to be some sort of English requirement on this app. If you're watching this Deliveroo and all the other ones, sort it out. Like at least make sure when they sign up they can speak English, at least a little bit, because some of them can't speak a word of it. It pisses me off. Because while they're dilly-dallying, my stuff's getting cold. Bloody nightmare. I don't want cold fish and chips, mate, because then you're just asking for an argument. But I know one thing's for sure, if I ever moved to another country at any point, and it was a country that didn't speak English, I would make sure I speak the language before I go. I wouldn't move to, I don't know. Well, I suppose if I moved to France, a lot of them can speak English, but I probably wouldn't move there unless I could speak French. You know, I wouldn't do it. I don't know why you would want to. It's got to feel very lonely, ain't it? I know I'm done. I'm just finishing up the job. I feel like if we do a bit extra, maybe they'll forgive me for Dave's shitty ways of just mullering flowers. But yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable moving to a country unless I could speak very good lingo. Like if I couldn't speak their lingo, I wouldn't be able to move there. It just feels so lonely, wouldn't it? Standing in the middle of a country, everyone's speaking French, and I'm just there like, oh, I've got no idea what anyone's saying. They could all be roasting me right now, and I wouldn't even know. It'd just be lonely. Man, look how many people are walking around out there. I already mentioned this in one of the previous videos. I think it was part 2, but I'm so happy that they did this. Even though everyone's looking quite robotic. Look at her. She's a snob, isn't she? Yeah, you're definitely a Karen. Yeah. You're not even paying attention to me. You think you're better than me. Going to your very, very expensive job. Probably an executive or something. Yeah, shut up. Why is it everybody that wants their grass cut is rich? Alright, let's see the damage. Oh, I didn't get my thumbnail again. Oh, we can get it there. We can get it like this. Yeah. There was no consequences for you turning on the blade. There you go. So if Dave hadn't have viciously mauled that poor flower, we would have aced this level. Good job, Dave. What a twat you are. What a twat you are. Okay, right. So, let's go and do all of the stuff I want to do now. There we go, look. Headquarters upgraded. Red Wall building upgraded to level 1. That's the only upgrade available. Once you, to be honest, you probably shouldn't even bother upgrading the Red Wall building. You should probably just save your money and buy another one of the other properties. Because this upgrade is pointless now. Because when you move to the next place, it's already got 2 bays anyway. So I probably shouldn't have done this. But this ain't going to be a full playthrough anyway, so it won't matter. I think at some point I'll come back to this playthrough with my main account, showing off all of the better headquarters and stuff like that, and better machines, things like that. Okay, right, so we're going to head over here. We're going to apply for one of these loans, 10,000. Lovely. And then we've got, okay, what do I want to get then? Right, before we do anything else, let me do the stuff I need to do. So, where's the 5 people waiting, man? Jesus. Alright. Oh. Hey look, nobody that's applying is an apprentice. So we might be able to get somebody that's actually somewhat decent. Because I think the higher the rank, the better job they do, and I think the more money they earn. Because even if they don't incur any fines for some reason, or break your bloody lawnmower, it seems like the more higher rank they are, the more money they earn. Because they still seem to earn half the price when they're an apprentice. It's like they underpay them just because they're an apprentice. And they do that shit in real life, don't they? Very realistic, this game. Alright, let's have a read then. I won't bother with a journeyman. Let's have a look at these. Here we can get... We've got a bloke and a lady. There's a lady in it. We've got Erin, Maine. Loves a BLT sandwich. What's that? Bacon, lettuce and tomato. Thinks they could be a pro gamer. Hates wearing a suit. Gets all their knowledge from podcasts. I like this person already. I mean, I'm basically a vegetarian nowadays, so the bacon, lettuce, tomato, I should be offended, but we all know bacon tastes fucking great. Thinks they could be a pro gamer. That could lead to a couple of arguments between me and Erin, because, you know, I am a pro gamer for sure. That's why I cut down flowers by mistake. Hates wearing a suit. Good. Not a toff. Lovely. Yeah, what about this one? Loves to read Elliot Hill. Loves to read sci-fi books. Has cat-like reflexes. Oh, that's a good one for lawn mowing. Dreads going to work every Monday. Lives on a barge? What'd you live on a barge for? What's wrong with you? If you're living on a barge, how are you going to turn up to work? This is why I don't like Mondays. He probably has to jump off the barge in the middle of the ocean and swim back to shore. Yeah, I don't like the sound of Elliot. That hates Mondays. No, you can't hate Mondays, mate. You've got to be ready for work. We're going to go with Erin. Pro gamer. Lovely. Gets all their knowledge from podcasts. That could be weird. That could be bad depending on what podcast you're listening to. Employees need vehicle and equipment to complete contracts. You need to have one of each available for them before you employ them. Are you want to employ the applicant? Yes. I'm going to buy them now. I just wanted to see how much. So we're going to be paying $3.50 a week to employ them. I don't think we can get a second employee until we've ranked up more. So at the moment it's just going to be Erin and Dave. So I got this one right here. Maybe I should get this bad boy. Oh, that's a beefy one. Oh man. I already know that. Oh, look at that. A tiger. Oh man, there's a lot more machines than I thought. Look at this one. The Grandmaster 3300. Oh, look at that. That's a big boy. I think this one I've used off camera. This one flies. The speed of this one is insane. But trying to cut with it's a nightmare. The way you turn, I don't know, it feels very weird. It's like you're constantly driving on ice. It's weird. I think we're going to go with this one. I don't want to go too expensive because I want to save some money so we can pay back our loan quicker. So we'll get this one. And then I'm going to buy a... There we go, a mulch plate. So we now have to, we don't have to worry about emptying it. I'm going to repair this one a bit. Fill it up. Sweet. What else do I need to do? Oh, I need to buy a... I'm going to spend £1,000 on this bad boy. It's a much wider one, so make sure you're aware of that if you're used to using the other one, because you end up cutting down the flowers a bit easier if you're not paying attention. There we go. So I'll use the new Stigger, and we can give this one to Erin. She don't get to use a Stigger yet. She's only just started working here. Oh, look, they even stand here with me. Look at that. Look at her. Look at her in her new outfit. Look at the state of her eyes, though. She's definitely been spending too much time gaming. Probably in the dark. Oh, lovely. All right, Erin. All right, Erin. Lovely. And don't start flirting with Erin, Dave. I'm warning you, mate. All right, well, thanks for watching, BwolfTheWolf. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Next time, I guess we will... probably... do one of the more... I might spend a bit more money and buy a different lawnmower, actually. Because some of the new contracts are huge, like cutting the grass in orchards and stuff. And you need a big boy to finish that one in any sort of decent time, otherwise it will take like an hour. So, yeah, I might get a bigger lawnmower, possibly. But I do want to try and save as much money as possible so we can pay this loan off. But anyway, thanks for watching, BwolfTheWolf. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully the commentary was okay. And yeah, like, share, and join the pack today.